Hello. Hopefully you can't hear my fan. It's blasting out the window. I've been doing it so it's like facing out the window for a little bit now, and it seems to work pretty well. My throat is terrible today, so I'm hoping that won't distract me too much from work. It feels terrible, but it don't feel as blocked, if that makes sense. Like, it definitely feels like there's more, I guess, congestion going on. But it's been feeling a lot more blocked, and it's like, feels like I've been having trouble breathing. But now, it doesn't feel that bad. It just feels more congested, I guess. With that said, let's move on to this. Let me share screen. Or show my screen. Video's not live. I know. I was just talking. See. There we go. Oh. That's the wrong one. That's you. Let me sort back quick. Wait, I can't sort back. Right, let me do this then. I always find that weird. Just because I unplugged the monitor and plugged it back in, you have this weird... I mean, me and monitor didn't say any weird between each other, so it's fine, but... Which one is my screen? This one. Spot capture. Capture... Wait, it's only picking up 2. Oh, no. What? That was weird. It said it only had 2 monitors, but when I clicked the second one, it somehow swapped to the 3rd monitor, even though it wasn't an option. It's like secret option unlocked. Is my night light on? My monitor feels surprisingly... No, it's on. Surprisingly blue still for being dark outside. I was making sure that me and monitor hadn't said anything weird. We're just talking about SSDs. Alright, so... I still find this annoying, look. Oh, actually, this will be running slow for you. Let me turn down the quality. Watch. Simulate. Not simulate. And changed. Brighter. Darker and more pink. I don't get it. I really dislike Lumen. To be fair, someone did... It was Distance Field Shadows, right? But I haven't got... I've just not had the time recently to look at it. I know that's like a terrible excuse. I keep just saying you don't have the time, but like, this week is Gamescom. So I had to really be working with my company this week. Even after work, I was trying to be helpful. I just like... It's just been a lot. I booked this day off, so I've not worked today because I needed to relax. And I'm off until like the 5th, so I want to stream a little bit more. Right, so something I want to do is get all this in engine. I know a lot of it's not UV mapped, but I don't mind. Let's do a duplicate of this. Put it over here. Has it got an interior? Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet Movie Vieta. Alright. How's it going, Mother, anyway? I know I'll be talking to you in Discord as well, but... I don't think I actually asked you what you've been doing today. See, isn't there like vents and stuff in there? Like... Nino, hey, is for the game? No, this is just personal project. This is this scene. Oh, I can't show you full screen so it'll run too slow, but it's this scene. I guess I could full screen and show you a still image. You go there. There. But this is personal project. I can only show personal projects on stream unless I'm making my own game. Inside microwave. How's it going? No knee. Yeah, it's got like little vents and stuff in there, but I could always do that through texturing anyway. The only thing I do need to do is do that little glass thing on wheels at the bottom. The reason I'd have to make... Are you okay, brother? That button is supposed to focus. It's not focusing in edit mode. Yeah, the reason I'd have to do the interior of this because it's got a glass exterior, so you'll see it. In a way, I've got it too wide, but I guess I could extend the back out. I've just done it to the dimensions it looked like on the concept or the references, though. So I've actually done quite little 3D this week. Being that my company's at Gamescom at the moment, I've been more just doing supporting roles this week. I'm just making sure things are working, fixing things that are broken, if things were broken, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's make this separated, because I'm going to want to, coulda, woulda, shoulda, isolate that. Almost looks a bit smoother, but that's fine by me. Apply. That's pretty much it. We just need to replace that with glass. It then has like little wheels at the bottom. Usually. Let's get the chat up. Oh. I was supposed to be studying, but didn't have the energy. There was a lot of stuff I was supposed to do today, but zero energy. That's fair enough. Going good, how are you? I have a question. Why everyone is using Unreal Engine except if it's a game? Okay, there's actually a really good answer for that. So usually we see people, especially on YouTube, making a game, they use programmers. And from every programmer I know, they tend to say Unity is just way easier to get things together. It's much easier, again, from what I've been told by programmers, to whip a game together in Unity. I think a big reason is because it's C++ instead of C#. Whereas Unreal was a bit slower on that front, but Unreal is much better for art. It's much easier to throw. Some people may disagree with this, but most artists I know, C#. Is C# correct? I used to call it C# because it's the hash. Yeah. So, but from most people, yeah. Okay, C# is easier. Yeah. Wait, C# is easier. Wait, which one's C#? Is C# Unity then? What programming language is Unity? C#, well, it's the other way around. So C++, I don't know if I said it right to begin with, but C++ is Unreal, C# is Unity, and a lot of people find C# easier. It depends on who you ask. That's true, it's true. All of this depends on who you ask anyway. I know some people who prefer Unreal Engine, but most people who are programmers tend to tell me they prefer Unity, and most people who are artists tend to tell me they prefer Unreal Engine because there's a lot of pre-made stuff set up. Languages. Ooh, I wonder who would agree with that comment. I'm not a programmer, so I can't really say. I don't know how accurate that phrase is. But yeah, art-wise, it's just way easier to jump in and throw art together. But, I mean, a lot of the time it just depends what program that person's used. If you're new to it, I think people usually, artists that are usually sort of gravitate towards Unreal because stuff like, oh, Lumen and all this, it's like, wow, there's cool things I can see about it. Visual scripting, in my opinion. See, again, I don't really know. Unfortunately, I can't really say, oh, yeah, I agree, because I have no idea. How many was in it? It's usually like 4, right, on each side. Oh, I should have not smoothed it, because I think I need to do... I mean, first of all, we need to get, like, that little thing that is, like, underneath it. It's like this. It's usually much thinner than that. Hello, Maltese. Maltese? How's it going, man? Are you artist? If so, can we see anything? Question mark. I always like seeing people who join the chat. I always like seeing. I mean, you don't have to say yes. I don't want to persuade you into showing stuff, but I always find it interesting. I'd love to see. Oh yeah, it's usually like this, isn't it? Then the wheels are underneath that. That's the thing. Then usually in the oven actually goes up at the bottom. That's fine. How's doing? I'm doing pretty good. We're just making the Simpsons scene at the moment in Blender, the kitchen at the moment. Unsettle. So we're just getting all these little parts in. I want to get at least them grey boxed in the engine today. So everything engine, grey box, and then we'll work on slowly texturing things. I think that'd be quite fun. I need to still make a cabinet over here. I mean, if we go Simpsons Kitchen. I know there's a cabinet there, but a lot of these concepts don't show it. Wow, almost none of them show it, all these drawings. Aha, here you go. So as you can see here, we've got all this as well. So that'd be interesting to get done too. I was an artist, but nowadays I'm just studying cybersec. Cybersec? Are you working in gaming or film industry? I'm in the gaming industry. That's weird to answer. Like, I have that question asked these days for if you see someone working in the Unreal Engine, that used to just mean obviously you were a game maker, but obviously with Mandalorian and stuff and people actually using the Unreal Engine 4 and 5, I'm not sure if they just use 5 to make movies and TV shows. That question, like using the Unreal Engine, could be both now. So it's so interesting that you could be asked that now. So we've got a little stool here. See, I think I'd have to make it so this door comes over more, like this. But on the floor plan I'm using, the door's equally spaced. But if we look at the concept, there's a chair, or reference, a chair, a stool. But that stool wouldn't fit there in this tiny gap. So as I've said before, you're going to have to make decisions whether or not you're going to stick to concepts or designs and stuff and come up with your own thing. I would consider myself a generalist. I think any person I've ever worked for would consider me a generalist. Like right now, there's only two 3D artists in my company, and we're still making an entire game. So, I mean, unless the other guy's doing all the work, I would have to be a generalist to fill all those roles. Does that make sense? So yeah, I would say I'm a generalist because I do have to do a lot of stuff. I get called a lot of things at different jobs I've done. I've mostly done freelance, but equally, even freelance, I've been called a lot of different things. Sounds like I'm saying I was called something mean. It's not very good. Needs to be pulled down a bit. I mean, I can show you, if you'd like, I can show you some past scenes and some portfolio stuff I've done, so you can get a gist of what I've made. Not very good. I think what I should be doing is do something like this. Not that middle piece. Do I need the middle piece? Yeah, not the middle piece. Not the middle piece. How far have I gone to do? Oh. I'm just reading the comments, make sure I've not missed anything. And then we probably should just pull this up. Do something like this, pull this in, and then I wonder how much curviness we can get by just selecting you, and beveling. Yeah, it's definitely a better result. I like that way more. Cool. As always, something I say to do. Well, I saved that. That looks like it's part of the wall anyway. So what I would have gonna do is say, I like to take apart the mesh already and make something so I can see that there needs to be a shelf in here. You see there. But that shelf looks like it's connected to the wall. Because what I was gonna say is you could just duplicate that, scale it down to what you want, and then pull it to the other side and then attach it to a vert, and boom, we have that shelf in. It's actually higher than that. It's more... Actually, I don't think it's necessarily higher. I think I've just got it... I think this whole thing just needs to be a bit squished. I don't know, actually. Maybe here. Be a bit squished. Stop clipping to things. That, and maybe from here to here. Really? Really? Why not select it manually? Like that. So yeah, I'd usually say to do that, but it looks like it's actually part of the wall in general. So I might just do like that. 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 Delete this. This. You could have also done this, which a lot of people prefer, with a boolean. I'm just not a fan of booleans. I try to avoid them. Because you've got to clean them up afterwards. And I guess I just don't like doing that. So something like this. This has to be thinner, so I should have pulled that down a little bit more. Cool. It's definitely taller at the top. I think that looks about right. Make sure it doesn't come through this wall, which it looks close, but looks fine. I could always pull this back anyway, but I do need to make a landing for it, but we could do that later. Technically, this should. So let me go Simpsons staircase. So it does have an like a balcony bit, and it goes up. So the wall would end here, or the landing would come like to here over the top of this, but the actual staircase should come, that looks terrible, should be coming all the way back to here. That, because then you have your landing on top, and then if I wanted to turn this also into the landing, I could also grab this and pull you across. Do that, and we've got our landing. And then down here you'd have a door. Weirdly enough, there is a door there in The Simpsons, but it doesn't make sense because there's not a door here in the show, so you wouldn't actually have a door there. And I think in some cases there isn't a door there. I mean, if I go in the drop down position, do we see that? Oh, it's a cupboard. Interesting. So will I be able to squeeze that in my design? Oh, right. So in this design, the door starts here. Like, you'd have a wall here. But in the Simpsons design, there's like a underwalk path. So no, it doesn't really make sense. So we have to decide whether or not we want this underpass and we can't put a door there, or we put a fake door there. Or... so that's where the basement is. But in other parts of the show, the basement's next to the garage. And then in other times, you've got a door here. Man, that's going to be really awkward to make a decision on. I'm not going to try to make a decision on that now. We're just going to just work with it. So that's only what I was doing there. I'll just keep this the way it is right now. Like I said, I could just make a wall like along here, and then we have a door here, and extend this to your like bit over the top. But then we don't have that underpass anymore. But if we want to make it a consistent house with the floor plans we've got, it works better where they have made it like that. This reminds me of when I modeled the house from up. Oh, did you have a lot of inconsistencies like this as well? Like doors that didn't make sense? Like, what is this actually in the top down one? Oh, That's the cabinet, the little wall bit I just made. That's this. Did I align it very well? I'm pretty close. I'm a little bit off, but that's fine. So what's a stall there, a plant there, and a cabinet here. So I've not aligned everything, but if you flicker in between, you can see I'm pretty close. You can see the fridge turns into fridge. This turns into flat of this. The sink, yeah. So weirdly enough, the sink in the floor plan doesn't have a draining rack, but that's fine. And the microwave, according to that, sticks really far out. But I wonder. See, these are things you've always got to reconsider when making this kind of environment. And I like it. Oh, so they've got it sitting back on this little 3D model. Yeah, they've got a little stall there, a little corner stall. Then they've got like fruit hanging from the ceiling. That's cool. I'd like to make that. And a little clock. I like all that. That's already what I got made. What I've got made. If you look at the scene, I've got those tools there. Pretty accurate. That looks good. Look, if you look at it, look. Microwave tools. Microwave tools. Stuff like this I find really interesting because, like, it's kind of being creative about having to be creative, because all you're actually doing is technically thinking about the scene and taking what you think should be right and doing it. So I'm not having to obviously make something from scratch because the Simpsons already exists, but at the same time I have to be creative in a different way, and I love that because I'm using my brain differently. I don't know why I said that so weird, my brain. This is kind of bumpy. Bumpy dumpy. So let's do this. Oh. Why do you look so weird? There you go. I really want to remake a project I did in university. I'll show you guys. I'll see what you think to it. I don't know how long it's going to load. I can't get the FPS working well, but admittedly, Lumen does request a ray tracing card, and I don't have one, so it might just be running slow because I don't have the right equipment. So I need like little wheels for this now, right? So why don't I make it really simple? I mean, are you actually going to look in here and be really critical of how I made the wheels? Probably not. I mean, I guess it depends who you are, but I want to say probably not. What? Wait, what sides have I selected? Oh, let's select it equally. There. There. Hey! Starburns red, right? That's Jennifer. Or am I wrong? Hold on a minute. That's the right way up. Oh, I'm selecting the wrong side. Well, yeah, underneath. Let's do this. Pull it down to where it's like square. That is not square. Why did it look square? Hold on a minute. What? Oh, because that's both of them. Right, okay. Pull it down to it's like square. There you go. Select all of them. Do a separate. Do a smooth or subdivide. So it turns into like a wheel. Wait. Are they separate? Hold on a minute. Yeah, they are separate. Okay. Then we could, so if we do this, it will tighten up all the thingies. I think I only want to tighten up you and you, right? Yes. So if I select both those, I need red. So I'm doing something called creasing. What creasing do, when it subdivides, it won't. Yes, you're correct. Nice. See, I remember. Oh my god. So what creasing does, it will sharpen up your subdivide on those edges. You've been creasing. I've been using it a lot recently. They're not perfectly circle, but is that going to bother me? Maybe a little. Let's slightly do that then. And on this side, slightly do that. Cool. And I think you won't notice anything wrong with that, right? unless you're being really critical. I think that, so there. If we hide that, it'd be like there's no glass in it. I think you'll be fine with that. And then we'll do some vents and stuff in the texturing. So if you look at, we're going to look at my old scene. So this, I've changed it a little bit already. About 6 months ago, I was going to rework it in UE4. And what I did was so how laggy is this for you guys? Okay, so this scene isn't too laggy. Why is the Simpsons one so laggy? So I've deleted all the background over here because we've basically coated it in fog. Because it was supposed to be foggy, but we never quite got it working in R1. I've replaced this with my water and stuff. I've replaced the trees as one of my tree packs. Or one of the trees in one of my packs. So I replaced the grass, put some mushrooms in, put some flowers in. Stuff like this hasn't been replaced. But most of the foliage and stuff is. I think I should be able to play it. That's simulating. Play. Yeah. You can actually run around and jump. It seems to be running pretty well. I should be able to full screen this. But if we go stat FPS... Oh, actually, it's not too bad at the moment. Actually, only 60 in this direction, but it's still not awful. But again, I don't know if it's because of my card. Oh, I replaced these rocks as well by the looks of it. Better rocks. I mean, they're not brilliant, but they're something. No. Where am I? Can I jump off the map? I'm on my way. So I wonder if actually any of the game mechanics actually work. So this isn't being redone. None of this has been redone. Oh, it's a bit laggy for you guys actually. Oh my god. Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, that's cool. So you think you pick this up? Yeah, there you go, little wispy dude. So this was a group project. I didn't do any of the programming for this. It's just like I did in university. I did the I say mostly I did a lot of the exterior designs, so foliage. I did a lot of particles, and this is way more upgraded than it used to be anyway. But I want to upgrade it even more. There's little features like that. So when the whistle is close, it lights up the runes. If I do this, I think it lowers the. How do I place it? There you go. Lowers the bridge. Across the bridge. Wow, 40 FPS, perfect. And then recool. Oh. Oh my god, I got hit by the hitbox. Recool. Yeah. And then this should open the door to the temple, which is very old. This hasn't been updated. Hell yeah. And then it should, yeah, like when you get close to this, it should turn on the lights. Wow, the range on it's tiny though. And that should light up too when you're close to that, which is pretty neat. Oh, there's a hitbox here. What the heck? Oh. So yeah, this is third year uni project. All of this, none of this has been upgraded in here. And then I think it was audio puzzles, so this should play a sound. Beep, beep, beep. So that one. No, that one. That one. That one. That one. And I got another friend. Oh, pick him up. Hey, 2 wisps. Anyways, that's Game Week Meeting University, and I really want to rework it to actually look like a modern game. So I think outside I'm doing a good job. I think it's a bit too dark still, but I've been trying to help its performance out, but I don't know if it's just using a card that isn't ray tracing compatible that's causing issues. Because it's not ray trace, but it's Lumen, which uses ray tracing. So who knows? But I'd like to work on that more. And maybe even improve some of the puzzles. If it's done through mostly blueprints, I might be able to actually do something. Which would be very interesting. Okay, so we're doing over here at the moment. So... Oh, where did my original image go that I was using? So we've got a cabinet here. I had a cabinet in this scene. Did I delete it because I didn't like it? It was very rushed. What is that? It's like the old layout. Huh. I also did a thingy in here. Also, how are you, Starbuns Red? Okay, so I guess I'll just make a new cabinet. Good, thanks. Good, good. Have you made anything awesome recently? Not to put you on the spot. Working on a character for a game jam. Ooh. Wow, the gap here is so different in this picture. What does it look like in the floor plan I'm using? Freaking isolated, didn't I? Oh, the cabinet's just huge. Like, the cabinet's like this big. I mean, I guess that makes sense. A little too tall, though. So I might have to bring it down to, like... Yeah, it's like a little taller than that, which is probably about right. Then I could either model this part separately or do it like this, but it's got like a... Beautiful. Thank you, EXO. How's it going, man? Not seen it before. Are you 3D artist? Again, if anyone ever... to be fair, if you look at the bottom right or left of my screen, you can see previous work anyway. But if you do ever want a slight sneak peek of a specific scene, if I still have it available, I don't mind showing it off. Down even more. Apparently down even more. There you go. I think it needs to have a scale applied to it. There you go. Something like that looks fine. I think we'll pull you in a bit more. Maybe even pull it a little bit up into it like that so it gets flat. Smooth. The bevel at the top here. Usually these will have something like it will just come in or whatever, and then I'll have like a little dip in here. So a little storage bit. So I'll do that, then I'll do this. Biggie bevel on there. Coolio. So the back should still be flat, yeah, because I want it to go flush. Almost flush. You never want anything to perfectly be on a wall, in my opinion, because you'll ruin some of that. Because perfections aren't always something you'd be striving for on your things. You want things like, if I actually want to place this perfectly in this, in the scene and look realistic, I might have a slight tilt to it as well. So it slightly tilts maybe 1%, and it really helps build up that realism. As is it Andrew Price used to say, it was like to do with like imperfections make things look real, or imperfections make perfection, or something. I can't quite remember, but yeah, it was to do with focusing on making things have imperfections to make it look more real. Because in reality, you would not have this perfectly flush against the wall. It'd look, maybe it'll look like it to you, but obviously you'll have some sway. I've been really going ham recently on like teaching you guys stuff, because sometimes my streams would just be talking, messing around and stuff. But recently, I don't know. Every little thing I make at the moment, I've been like, yes, I'm doing this for this reason and this and this and that. I hope you guys enjoy it. But I've just noticed that I've been definitely more focused on telling you guys how I do certain things, or why should I say I do certain things. Oh, really? Do I need it lower? Right, I need it lower. You can apply the transforms of this object. You don't need to keep resizing to be perfect. Wait, you could apply the transformations of this object. You don't need to keep resizing to be perfect. True, yeah, I could do. Now, what I need to do here is, so I need it to be higher, but I don't want that. So instead, I'll just mark sharp here. There you go. I need a hole in the middle. So I explain this a lot. There's different ways you can obviously make a hole inside. I could do something like this and then just pull it in and make a hole. Then if I, for example, wanted some curvy corners, like this, do your bevel, cool. And then if I wanted to make the actual front of it, I could, you know, grab this, do this, select this, do this, and then bevel that. Technically, I wouldn't need the back, but yeah, do something like that, and that's my drawing, right? But we're left with geometry of these lines in it, so that comes over the rest of my mesh, right? So a preferred way to achieve this... Now, this isn't always the best way to do it. Sometimes what I just did is the best way. Hopefully, I can undo enough. Cool. Is to instead, if I know I only want things to be on this one face, like I know I don't have to split it up into sections, just let that face, press E and scale it down. Get it to where I want, and essentially do the same thing, but now we're only affecting this one area, right? What I could do is do this. I could just do this and then bevel that, and that would look like it's a drawer as well. I mean, making a hole in it always looks nicer and feels like you've done something correct. It's like pulling it all the way back here till it goes like that, so it feels like a drawer. And then you could always do something like... Wait, I put it back too much. Wait, how did I subdivided this? How did I do that? There was just shortcuts to do that. I always forget what it is. Yeah. And then you do this because usually the interior will get a bit wider. Well, actually, I need to do edge up here. Like something like this because the interior tends to get wider, like that. And then you make your drawer. I'm never going to open this drawer, so I don't need to do all these interior things, right? What I could do is do something like this. Delete, oh, actually, duplicate this, pull this forward, do that, and have a separate object as a drawer. Hide this. Delete this back face like that, and then on here, to do a nice smooth here, so we have a drawer like that. If we do want a slight gap, we could pull this in like this, but because we delete that back part, we've got this hole in it, right? So equally, again, what you could do is just grab this, pull this in a little bit, and it will hide the fact that that's a hole because you'll just see those little edges. Tons of different ways you could perform this. It's not too big of a deal. I'm learning Autodesk Maya and Substance Painter on my own, but I also want to learn Unreal Engine. Okay, your work is incredible. Your house from The Simpsons is looking very good. Oh, thanks, man. I've got it. If you wasn't here when I was just looking around. Oh, actually, I can't full screen because OBS hates UE5 recording because it works fine on my scene, but it might be a bit laggy for you guys. Yeah, I've added a bunch of extra bits if you haven't seen it. If you've only seen it on the art station, I've just added small bits already, and we're basically working on getting the kitchen in, and then hopefully we'll be able to work one room at a time. I know people keep telling me not to do big projects, but they are just I just prefer doing them. They're just cool. And as much as I think it's probably better for the channel to do smaller scenes and get more projects out, I just have this really big interest on making big scenes, so what I want to do actually quickly is select this and go summer origin to here. That way I could duplicate this. Does it go back to it? Oh, it does. Okay, let me quickly delete the back. He says while he isolates just the front. Get the back. Cool. The lid. Stop. Patrick, that's a blue eyes red dragon. My dragon. So if I grab this and use this, because I've done an origin point here, I can separate this out and it'll keep that origin point. I can then mirror that on... I've selected the wrong thing. Mirror this. There. So now what I change here, we'll do here. And because I've aligned it with the center of the object I took it from, place it nice and neat. Smooth it. Get it. basically spherical. Pull that down, and there's probably like a little handle thing on it that just like looks like this. Too long. This. We've got these little handles on it. Whoa, pog. Very cool. Now we need our cabinets at the top. Now here is a place I can do this, but there's no point because the cabinet won't have two holes. It'll just have one big one with two doors on it. So this is... no, I said no. I literally just went against exactly what I just said. So pull this in. This does not align with where this goes in. It's a little bit thicker. So probably about there's fine. If we pull that back and get to a point where it's almost through here, you can just look through the thing. In fact, what I could do is make it so it aligns. Oh, I didn't make the drawer down there actually have an interior. You're not going to see it, so I don't need to do that. I don't need to make it align because we don't have one down there. Cool. So that's pretty much what the interior will look like. Then you'll have little shelves in. Now, what usually happens if you guys have never put together a cabinet is you'll have your shelves. Now, they do look flush at the back, so I'll keep them looking flush at the back. Again, I said about perfection earlier, but that's because it's so small, you're barely going to look in the cabinet. You're not usually going to care about it, so I'll keep it perfect for now. If we pull this across and snap it to here. Now, what I can do is do some bevels to make it slightly sit away from that wall. What I should probably do is not just do a bevel like that, but, well, I could always do a vertex weight, keep sharps like this, bevel again, not keep sharp, and it'll make it look smooth, but it means I also have to bevel all of this. So what I could do instead is do a bevel modifier, do it before the smooth, and yeah, there you go. So wait, is that right? I'll turn off keep sharp, and there you go. We've got these edges that look smooth even though they're just beveled once. You can bevel them multiple times if you're wanting to, or increase that bevel, but it's not actually increasing very much. That's fine. Make sure this is on low. It looks good. It's beveling here too. Oh, don't subdivide it. And yeah, we've got a nice basic bevel on it with a weighted normal. Now there's two cabinets in there. So there you go. So front of it. So all I got to do is one here. So let's say there's a lot of room at the top. So like here, and then these two at the middle looks thinner, then there's a lot of room at the bottom. I'm going to actually make these a little bit thinner. That. There you go. I think I want a little more room in the middle. Is this the misconception that we need reference of someone while... Is this the misconception that we need reference of someone while stepping into a big studio? I don't quite know what you mean. Sorry. I assume after me saying that, you'll explain that a little bit further, so I get what you mean. Oh, wait, are you saying, wait? No, I still don't know what you mean. So I probably need to put these in a tag, because we need to get the cabinets actually on here. So to get the cabinets, what I can do is take this shape, right? Because this will perfectly align it. If I pull this in now, get it to where the cabinets would be. Can I do it from here? No, from here? Ah, no, it's from the center point. That's annoying. So I'll just turn it off. There you go. I'll just there you go, align it myself. So that looks pretty good. If I fill in those faces, it won't quite work yet. So let me grab this, two edges, and these edges too. You'll have the shape sort of that cabinet. Now what? Yeah, it's here. What we need now is an edge loop here and an edge loop here, right? So I can separate this and this. Opposite you, I can fill these in, and the one on the left is inverted. There you go. Now we have our cabinet doors without the edging on them, right? So I'll grab this. I actually don't need it filled because what I could have done was only faces. What I could have done was only fans. That would have been a great choice in career. Pull in our edge. Again, it's facing the wrong way. That's fine. And we're starting to make in those cabinets. Or put in this the doors. Sorry, the door edging. Doors are obviously 3D and they're not solid. I want to pull it back, but oh my god. When did I select these? Did I just do that? I just did that. I didn't even know I had those isolated. Why are they still isolating with me? There you go. I want to pull them back. The problem with that is they get the normals the wrong way. Shift N if the normals are the wrong way and you fix that. Do you need to know someone or get reference from someone to get a job in the big game studio? That's what I was thinking, Modifier. Is that what you mean? No, you need that you need to know someone to get a job? So that's pretty good. I think they're still a little bit thicker. Oh, also... Oh, that's interesting. So I've done that wrong because the cabinets actually sit on top. I didn't even think about that. So I've done my cabinets a little bit wrong. I like them this way more, so I might keep it. But what I should have probably done was grab these, and it's taking up the whole of it like this. Like this. I mean, I could still do that. Problem is I'd have to inset this, so I don't think it looks as good. I think I prefer it like that. One, it's easier because I've already made it. Two, I actually just kind of prefer it like that. It makes more sense as a shape to me. I know I'm not showing you guys at the same time, so you can nod along. So let's select this. Again, duplicate where you can. It saves you time. So I'm going to duplicate the front, and I want a front glass panel. And a back glass panel. I don't want to isolate it out because I actually want to... Is that both of them? Nope. Oh, I've not got faces selected. Again. I want to isolate them out to make sure the glass is facing the right way. That needs to face this way. And this one needs to face this way. Cool. And there we go. We've got our glass cabinets. I need items in it, but that's pretty much it. If we move that aside, it's pretty good. We still need doors on that, but the doors are the same as the ones at the bottom. So all we need to do there is grab the ones we've got at the bottom, pull them up, because it's still mirrored. All I got to do is grab them and pull them in. Now, these ones are much smaller, because obviously they'll collide with each other. So, make them relatively central. Do not make them merge. There you go. Merge. But merge. And pull them in. And boom. We got some cabinet doors, and I can't see what's going on. There you go. I want to make them central. So I've got to move a tiny bit out. The smoothing on them is a bit weird. It'll be the same with these ones. Oh, and that's a cabinet good enough to go. Bit of a fat cabinet. I kind of want to squish it more, but in there, a lot of references, it does look bigger, so not sure. Now, this cabinet's a little bit annoying because I kind of want to pull this in more because of it. Because I want a little bit more room there to pull this back even more. Because if we look in there, there's like completely spherical things. They need a lot of room. So we pull this back just a bit more like that so we get some extra room. I could always just pull it in until we match that. There you go. Right, starting our next shape. Weirdly enough, so I saw a competition on Twitter. I talk about blockouts a lot of the time, or grey boxing, white boxing. I've heard lots of things referred to. Now, was it on Twitter? Or was it Reddit? But someone did like a really, really cool design of an environment, but they called it a blockout. Now, and it was really detailed. And I was like, that's just so weird, because I was always taught in university that a blockout, Unreal Engine 4 blockout. I know we're in 5, but there'll probably be more images of 4. A blockout was basically like this. That was a blockout. You know, super simple. Just showing you the scale of everything. See what I mean? But today, whenever I see someone make a block out, it looks like... But I can't even find a detailed one. Even that's not detailed enough. Let me just write game block out. Oh, that's actually the game called block out. What about just gray boxing? Detailed? Nope. That's boxing gloves. Basically, I see very detailed versions. Even that's not detailed enough to what I've been seeing. Ego, something like that. Look how detailed that is. Yeah, they'll call that a block out or gray box. Or even this. And I'm like, but that looks so detailed, gray box. It's as if people just call it gray box when they haven't textured it yet. But that's not what I was told. I think it just depends on the person. Oh, yeah, 100% depends on the person. Yeah, what Moderate just said. A blackout, I actually meant block out to me infers using blocks. Essentially, right? That's what we were always told. I like to block out in USBs first to get scale. I assume you meant BSPs. And assuming you've just got loads of USB sticks that you put on a table to get picture on it to get reference. Then pull that into Maya for first pass. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, every time I seem to see it now, it's just super detailed. I'm like, oh, maybe that's what a block out is these days. I'm not against it, I just find it odd. Because obviously, as I said, that's not what I was told. But things change, and if that's what they're considering a block out to be now, then I'm terrible because I never do block outs that detailed. So again, I don't need to do that. I can just crease it to flatten that out. I do find creasing still gives you some weird results though versus just beveling that. And so it literally looks like this. I assume it's probably got an interior or whatever, but I'm not going to do that because reasons. Really, that didn't fix it when I did scale? That's clearly not beveling correctly, unless... Oh, right. Oh, right, the murders. Cool. I'm going to do that because it's got a lid on it, and the lid, if I pull this up, basically just... Actually, the lid basically just looks like it's doing this, this, this. I'll show you actually what I'm doing. This little thing here. There's actually an apple there, too. I've made an apple in one of my other projects, so I might just reuse that. The lid basically just looks like it's doing this. If I tighten this up to here... Again, it looks weird when I do that. I'd rather do this. Not wide enough, which either means I just need to shorten it to appear wider, that, or actually make it wider. Oh god, that's not enough. I think I want to pull this wall back more then. Again, the thing with doing doing sign off for something that's 2D is you're always going to find that some things won't make sense. Because like, what? That doesn't make sense to what they've made in the environment, like in the drawing, but that's just how it is. Like, you will always have to make compromises if you're taking your inspiration from a site 2D. Some artists obviously go above and beyond. They'll make it perfectly aligned with how perspective works. But at the end of the day, the Simpsons cast did not realize I was going to be sitting here. Sorry, not cast. The developers, people who drew it, did not realize I was going to be sitting here and making a 3D version of The Simpsons. So it wasn't their job to make it in a way where I could replicate it in 3D. You know what I mean? I think I've made this part. Well, first of all, I've definitely made it too thick this way. I think a little bit, but I need to obviously make it much more thinner here. I was asking for this. Do you need to know someone or get reference from someone to get a job in the game studio? No, I don't really like answering this question because I didn't know anyone in the game studio. I didn't get my first job knowing somebody. So I got some freelance during my time. I think I've got 3 big freelance jobs. The max time one lasted was 3 months. In 6 years. After 6 years, I finally got a job, and I didn't know anyone. Nobody helped me get the job. But for example, I helped my friend get a job in my company because I recommended him and we hired him. So he needed to know me to get a job. So no, you don't need to know someone. But is it much easier if someone recommends you and you get the job? Yeah, it just is. As much as I hate that being the answer, knowing someone in the industry can be an incredible shortcut. And you don't even necessarily always need to be as skillful as other people. Like sometimes sometimes you could be not very good and you just go into the company and they develop your skills there. I was stream sniped, yeah. The only reason I got my job is because my boss found my stream and he liked what I was doing. So he basically just gave me a job. I had a interview, but it wasn't really an interview. He basically just went, so there's a job here if you want it. And then we spoke about the job role. So he'd already decided he wanted to give me the job when we had the call. But I hate answering that question because it's horrible that the prospect of getting a job can rely on who you know. I think that sucks. I remember when I did that match block out, you said it was too detailed for a block out, but in my defense, it was all super simple geometry. I was just trying to get the yeah, like it depends on the person. Because the way I look at it, the longer you spend, it's a tiny bit shorter as well. The longer you spend, I should separate it, on doing that, the less bang for your buck on time spent it's going to be. Because if I spent an hour in a block out and then let's say 7 hours on making it from the block out, I've now only spent 8 hours total. But if you spend 5 hours on the block out and still 7 hours on the final results, which is still very good time, but that's now 12 hours. Maths. So we went from 8 hours to 12 hours. So you've had an extra 4 hours because you wanted to spend a lot more grey boxing and doing detailed designing stage. But there's also nothing wrong with that. Like sometimes I think a lot of my work lacks detail because I don't have a designing stage because I'm terrible at designing. It's something I'm not very good at. I've never been good at designing. I just wing things. I just sit here and I wing it. That's the biggest thing with my work. That's literally what that looks like. Look, it's just that but fatter and a little bit like scaled down. Yeah, that's pretty much. I guess I could smooth the bottom over a little bit. To do that because it's already smoothed over. Just get rid of these two. Delete edge loop. That's probably gonna be too much, isn't it? Yeah, I wanna still have like that. Yeah. There you go. Glasses stuff I can put in there. I won't do it right now. We're getting closer and closer. I can't put that stall in there, but what I can do is put this little calendar thing up here. It looks like a scroll. What is that? How does that work as a calendar? Oh, is it one of those calendars that has all 12 months already on it? I think so. Let's look at the image. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore. Can I... Where's copy... Search Google. I just want to copy its source. Whatever. If we look here, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it looks like it's got all the months there and just a picture at the top. And it's like a scroll looking thing. I think you can use it to generate ideas if you're not good with 2D. But I don't know if you should still be calling a block out at that point. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's still calling it a block out despite having that much detail. If you're not using blocks anymore, I know that's being a very technical, very like, oh, but you're just being very specific with your wording now. And you're right, I am. But at the end of the day, I think if you're not using blocks anymore, I just can't with good conscience call it a block out. But everyone works different. I've said this before. Everyone works different. Everyone finds that they work better in different circumstances. If you work faster with a detailed block out because you can use that block out to develop your end stage much quicker, that's fine. Like, if that's what you think's better for you, do it. I'm just saying what my opinion on it. My opinion is not the only or even correct opinion. It's just my perspective, my viewpoint on it. The thing is, people sometimes say, like, the best way is just whatever you're most comfortable with. That's fine on personal projects, but if the way you're most comfortable with something is slow, so you take a long time doing it, but you find it more comfortable, then it's not the correct way. You need to have a balance between what's your fast way and what's your comfort way, right? I do stuff the way I think's quick, but also comfortable. I don't even know what this shape is. Again, it looks like a scroll. So I guess I could do something like this. Because I was actually saying that to the junior artist that we had a while ago. That, like, I'm fine her doing something a comfortable way, but it has to be efficient. Or at least efficient enough for it to be worth her doing it that way. If it's not, it's quite frankly a waste of time. And I know a lot of people think that's a very mean thing to say, but it's just the truth. A company isn't going to want to hold your hand and make sure you do something the way you prefer to do it. A company's going to want results. Results. And if you can't output those results, the company's going to lose interest and you're going to lose the job. And I say it's mean, but if we thought about it ourselves, if we worked in a company and we saw someone taking triple the time doing something, would we be still okay with paying them? You know what I mean? So it comes down to having a bit of perspective for the company. It's very, very easy to get angry at a company. Grrr, the corporate. But not everything a company's going to do is going to be like the meanest way they could have done something. Like, at the end of the day, if someone's not capable, if they can't do the work, they're not capable and they can't do the work. And that's just unfortunately how the cookie crumbles. The way I always looked at it, I just want everybody to have a chance. I just want everybody to at least have one chance working in the industry, get a job fairly quickly out of university. I don't care if they sucked in university, if they can spend 3 months in probation at a company and try to develop their skills in that time to prove they deserve the job. I want the world to work that way. And I find it so sad that it doesn't work that way. And we have to try so hard just to land our first job. I think that's tragic. There we go. Basically just that, isn't it? Got to be a little bit thinner than the actual thing. Yeah, and then that's just got like the things on it. Then I just need a bit of string that looks like it's holding it from here to here. I could pull this around a little bit more to make it look like it's doing something a bit different. Not different, sorry, to make it look like it's actually coming into it. Back here we do this. Get it nice and snug. Cool. We could go as far to make this 3D, but I don't know if that's like I want to do. Like... I don't like that. I want it to be 2D. It'd be easier to work with as well, to be fair. See, I kind of just want to be cheeky with the string, however it is, and just basically take some of this, flow. Actually, what we'll do... Technically, it won't be perfect, but we'll just do a mirror on it. Right. Mirror. Pretty sure the mirror's got to come through first, and then smooth. I think you can use it to generate edits if you're not. Oh, I already read that. We've got some new interesting people today. I'm always most excited when we get some new people in. Gives me someone to talk to. No, for real, it's just interesting because we get to have much more diversity in chat. Nice to meet you, Sue. Nice to meet you. If you ever want to talk to me off stream, I have a Discord. And if you ever want any help, I always try my best to get back to you guys in my Discord when you ask for help. Same with YouTube. If you make a comment on YouTube, more like one of my videos, I'll always try to help. But sometimes it's harder to help people through YouTube comments because I can't directly see what's going on. I mean, old people are less interesting, or old people in my chat are less interesting because I already know enough. I already know a lot about them. So yes. No, I mean, I like new people, but I'm probably most fond of people who have been here for years still watching my content because it's a really good, it's a super, like, you guys have no idea. It's a super high motivator to know that some of you would come back to my content and watch me. And it's a motivator, a huge confidence booster. Makes me feel like my content is worth watching if you guys are still here, you know, tolerating my content. It's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. Okay, now I need to scale it up a little bit. So, oh, and it's kind of touching the wall. Oh wait, you know what? That is not a square. Oh, that's not sorry, smooth. That needs to be like that, I think. I don't know, actually. I should use a cylinder. Like this. Pull this out. It's definitely bigger. Lol. You guys are great. You're all great. Anyone who's here in general and supporting my content. French kiss. I look like I was doing a gesture for like smoking a blunt. Stuff like French kiss. I was like, okay, so that's way too big now. Hold on a minute. Just get it down. That's towards the door. I remember when I was in university, and my friend Brad would we had a door of, like, you know, like most properties, we had a door. So we had a door that you because we lived in dorms, so like flats or like apartments, depending on where you live. And basically you pressed a button and it would come through to our little phone. We picked it up and it'd be like, all right, I'm at the door, can you let me in, you know? And I'm like, yeah, okay, and we push button. My mate Brad would pick it up and go, it's the door. The door knows all. The door sees all. Because it's a door. He used to say that every time he picked up this phone to answer people. And I remember playing a Gmod once and calling myself The Door and doing that the entire time I played. It's quite fun. Oh my god, Jesus. Why is that part, like, sharp? You see that? Oh, it's because it's got sharp. Wait. That does not need sharp on it. Clear, sharp. Is it the same on this side? Look what it is. Why is all of this sharp? Wait, it's in the ground too. There you go. It's clear sharp on everything. What difference do we get? Yeah, I think I just clear sharp. Looks better smoothed. I think we have it already in engine. All right, let's start trying to... Oh, you know what? That's just what this was, probably. I'm not sure. Are we missing anything? Are the models that technically I need a draining rack? I think I'll just not do a draining rack at all, because in a lot of references there isn't one. So I might just say screw it and just not do it. Okay, so let's start getting on. That's great. Door knows all. Door sees all. Because it's the door. I think he was from Essex. I mean, he put on an accent to do it, and the accent was like that. I'm not saying that that's an Essex accent. I'm just saying that's where he was from. Before anyone comes at me like, Steve, that's not what people from Essex sound like. Yeah, I know. It's really sad. I've been finding it really hard to do impressions at the moment because of the problems I'm having with my throat. So I can't. I try to do some on calls and then they make fun of me because that didn't sound like it, Steve. I'm like, I know. Like I was trying to do like a high pitched noise in my throat. I can't do it, and I'm like, man. People at my job don't realize I'm having medical issues. Medical issues? Can you call it that? I'm taking medicine for it. I don't know if I could claim it's a medical issue though. I wanna... No, I can't. I was gonna say I want to import this as one entire mesh, but if I want to make it so you can open cupboards, it's not ideal. Is this all the walls? It is. Someone was telling me I shouldn't do it as all the walls, and they're probably right. But again, when I first made the project, I was just rushing, so... Asset libraries, Simpsons assets, walls, kitchen cabinets, kitchen windows, random ceilings, just walls. There you go. Uh-oh. So something I forgot to do was click selected objects, which I'm terrible, and I always forget not to do that. It's still loading. Oh, there you go. File, export, FBX, selected objects. I hated them when you close the project. That's not automatically that doesn't stay ticked despite ticking it in engine. Re-import. Please don't break anything. Cool. So the cabinets are in the wrong place because obviously that needs to come over, but that's fine. That's like there. This goes here. This goes here. Cool. Cabinets. They are one mesh at the moment. Maybe for now, I'll import them as one mesh just for ease of use. Because look, they've all got interiors now. So I can actually... Actually, I've not made shelves for the interiors, though. Should I do that? That doesn't have interiors here, but all of these do. But should I make shelves for all of these? I mean, all it would take is this. I mean, this is a lot of detailing that I might never actually use. Because will I actually ever open these shelves up? Probably... Or cupboards up. Probably not. But equally, it's not hard to quickly put the shelves in. See what I mean? Are you going to your safe door? I don't know. Like, hey, Steve, what's up, my dude? Hey, Victor. How's it going, man? Not too much. We're just making the Simpsons Kitchen at the moment. Seems over the top to me. I'll leave it out for now. If we ever decide we want to open cabinets. So, here you go, Victor. We're doing, sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. But, we are modeling loads of assets for the kitchen. I want to start getting in the assets in Unreal Engine. Even though they're not textured at the moment, I'll get them all in and I'll slowly start re-importing them UV mapped and textured as we go. Right now, we've just got this. So we've got the fridge, which I just changed anyway, and we've got the cooker. And then we've got old cabinets. We haven't got a cabinet here. Oh, we've got that in now because I just re-imported it. Nice. Wait, so what colours are the walls in the kitchen? Oh, it is that colour. Right, I've got it as the right colour. Oh, God. I've not UV mapped it, though, so all of this is going to be stretched, isn't it? Yeah, look. What I should have done before exporting it, because it's all automatically unwrapped, because it's just basically got a tiling texture across the whole thing. You get smart. And then I just file, export, FBX, walls, boom. What I should do in here for now is just go into detailed lighting. So that way we're looking at everything with just detailed lighting. In here is done. But because we're just doing sort of blockouts for areas right now, I kind of want to sit in detailed lighting so we don't have to worry about color right now. Yeah, let me re-import that. So, I say that. Actually, you can still see the normal maps. It's fine. Because I want to check to make sure the normals and that's working. So we go File, re-import. There you go. Sweet. Sweetness. But yeah, how's it going with you, Victor? Are you artist? I don't think I've seen you here before. But are you artist? I'd like to know. I've started to ask that so much because I was watching someone a while ago and they asked every person who joined if there was an artist. So now I want to ask every person who joins if they are an artist. Do you think I should just... anything that's like attached, like the sink, just import that as all one mesh for now? It'd be easier to work with for now when things are untextured. So I might do. So that's all of this. I'm long-time viewer. Oh, happy gamer. Right. Hey, man. Have I seen you talking here before with that name? If so, I apologize. Because I mean, I know Happy Gamer. I know you from that name. Get your cabinets. Get your cabinets. Re-import. That's entire kitchen cupboards. I assume the cabinets were supposed to be that. Placeholder kitchen assets. Wait. Simpsons assets. Wait. Walls. Kitchen cabinets. I should have... I may have been in the wrong place. Reset. There we go. Cool. So now let's replace things. Sweet. Wow. It's amazing how the light bouncing has been significantly reduced due to just somebody detailing on that. That looks way darker. Interesting. Remember to leave a like on the video. I should be doing it here. Go fridge. I'll do a re-import of this just in case I did do any changes. Cooker. God, every time I swallow, it's like I know it's too much information, but just like just so much feels like it's going down my throat. Oh. I want to be better. One day, I will be... Uh-oh. Wait, why didn't this do that then? I want that to be central. So what I can do is when I get to export it, just set these to 0. Hopefully that's not through the floor, is it? Where's grid? No, yeah, because origin point set's fine. Export FBX. So I found, so what you can actually do when you import something is there's a specific setting you can click, and it will make it so it exports with its pivot. It's like that, the center of its grid, like its origin point. But from Blender, it always changes the scale so drastically. I think it's 10 times smaller, so I don't like doing that because that reason. Let's re-import that. There you go. Nice snug. So these should have interiors now, which are pitch black, which makes a lot of sense because there's no light in them. So that's good. Let's make sure there is an interior quickly. Oh my god. 0.1. There are interiors. Oh wow, this is very... Ooh. But go here. Wah. Wah. So they're supposed to be pitch black because there is no light getting in them. So that actually works really well. Because I would... Ooh, ah. So why is that? That's interesting. You get some light piercing through here, even though there's clearly a sink in the way. Oh, here's not even aligned. What is that? Oh, right. That's not even aligned. Let's go fix that. So at some point I should make one of these, UV map it, and then just drag it across everything. In fact, is it UV mapped already? It might be. It is. So when I go to texture these, I'll have the convenience now of only needing to texture one, and this should all get textured. Should being the key word. I'll make sure to say should, because when I'm wrong for some reason in the future, I'll be like, wow, I did say should. But it should be the whole of that. Oh, and the sink, right? So again, these may become separate at some point in the future. For now, I won't make them separate. So we should do this as... In the kitchen, we should definitely go SM_all kitchen size. I know now I've got kind of a duplicate folder, but I should really keep it in the specific folder locations with specific names so I don't get confused in the future. If stuff like that doesn't bother you, that's fine. If you're working on a personal project, because I remember my mate used to have a go at me for not naming my layers and stuff, and I was like, but if it's a personal project, why does it matter? Really love the Blender viewport shading for the models. To be fair, that's slightly edited, so not really too much. It's still using the default Blender stuff, but by default, it would look like this, which doesn't look as neat. So basically, you can put shadows on as well. Nope. Shadows, but it's interior, like it's got a roof on top, so we won't get any of those shadows anyway. Outside you will see that, but inside we won't because I've got a roof on. I guess if I hid the roof, we get some lighting in. Kind of messes up though, as you can see, by some of that weird tearing. But the main part is this little cavity bit, and then if you tick, so you got world, but if you tick this to both, you'll have screen space and world space, and you can turn these up and down to increase shadows and valley. And it's just a really nice way. It is awesome. It's just a really nice way to view the scene, you know, as if it's being kind of rendered. It's not being rendered, I guess, in a way. Technically, anything on your monitor is being rendered, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not. Let's do about that. Yeah, it's not being rendered, it's just... Oh, it's got shadows on. There you go. It's just a good way to interpret where the shadows would be casted with ambient occlusion and stuff. So I really like it. It's super nice. Right, this is next. So what I like to do is, if I've got them separate, I'll duplicate them, put them somewhere random, because I can find them later if I need them. And then select it all, convert it all to mesh to make sure we apply all the modifiers, and then combine it. That disappears. It's still there, but because it's like just a flat object, you kind of can't see it. If I made it 3D, you'd be able to see it a bit better. Maybe I'll make it 3D. Export FBX. So if we want to separate this out to actually naming conventions, I should probably go kitchen _ washing machine. I know I haven't done the other ones that naming, but I could always change that in engine. Cool. broke a wheel on my chair, so like, wait, move properly now. I say I broke if it just happened from me using the chair like normal every single day and it just fell off. Does that just mean it broke, or does that mean I broke? I feel like that's a way that like, you're getting told off it by your mum when you're like 10 years old, and we're like, well, it kind of just broke itself, and then she, you know, gets her grounds you. I'll just say she grounds you. My mum once did throw her slipper, so nothing really that would hurt you at one of my brothers. Cooker, what did I just call it? Washing machine? Kitchen _ washing machine. Also, organize your files. My files are not organized. I should do it at some point. Why did I import that and it didn't appear anywhere? It's there. Oh, I didn't reset its origin point, so that's going to be like over there. Hello. So again, so some people actually do that for their all of their assets, right? What they'll do is they will export it like this. The reason for that is because when I'm actually in Blender, in Unreal Engine, so I just dragged it in, it's out there, but this will have the exact same points or location points. Well, it's very accurately placed as this, so it should perfectly place itself. However, oh, have I actually unwrapped this? Huh. However, prefer to make it so I can manually place it, right? So if we do that, no, I won't undo. We'll just delete it and grab it in a second. So washing machine. I like doing it so we reset its origin place. Woo! Yeah, Steve, what a legend. Oh, hey, Aston Cook, how's it going? Aston or Ash? No, wouldn't be right. Aston. How's it going, man? Right, so we go 0, 0, 0. Should put it at the center of the grid for us. Ooh, not brilliant. We need to set the origin point to be about here, like that. Cool. Then we export that. Now this isn't that detailed, but you're not going to see the back of it or anything anyway. Export. I got to replace it because I just replaced its origin point, so I can't just type it back in here. Let's place that here and here. Cool. Nice and snug. Now when we go back into the Unreal Engine, I'll re-import that. And now when I place it, it should be its nice center point, and I can drag it to exactly where I want it. The floor looks really weird when it's in this mode. We're in a detailed lighting. I would definitely use Unreal next time whenever I have to play with lighting real time. Yeah, lighting real time is really fun. If we go like look in certain locations, like even in here. So if we swap to like screen space because it's using Lumen, you'll see it's significantly different. Not even fun, like in a funny way. Like it's very different. If I turn this off, will it work? Yeah. So if I turn this off and turn this off, that's what it looks like when we don't have Lumen on to bounce our lighting. I'm not sure why this gets such a dark edge to it, but it does. But when we have Lumen on, boom, boom, like this, we can then control things like our directional light. So we're not rendering it full quality here, so stream doesn't lag. But if we go into our light and we go, oh, let's make it bounce more, we'll make the lighting bounce around the room more. If we don't want it to bounce at all, you'll see it gets very dark, and the only, like, it doesn't bounce, so it hits here and there's no bounces. This isn't necessarily how many times it bounces, it's just how strong it will make the bounce light be. So I've been keeping mine at about 7 to help light up the scene. You can obviously keep it at like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. We want to keep the scene quite dark. I've been told the scene's too dark anyway. But you can also turn up the light in general. So if we want to go intensity 3, it's going to make that way more intense. But it also means when it's bouncing, it's going to have that intensity. Scarring it, GI takes forever on these types of renders with 3/4 light. It seems instant. Yeah, UE5 Lumen, the big thing was bounce lighting being basically real time. Well, not basically real time, being real time. It is real time now. So if let's go to like a dark room, right? So let's delete some of the lights out of here to get the hallway nice and dark. So this is all just blocked out at the moment. We're not actually doing anything here. Right. If we look in here, like that light bounces around already. But if we first off turn up the achievement range, so we actually have it coming out, and then we turn up those bouncing lights, they're like super high. Oh, it kind of goes through the wall a little bit, but you'll see it comes out this room and it starts scattering. We've kind of got an insane amount. This is what I love about Luminaire. It's brilliant. I mean, if you look at like some of my old scenes, yeah, I know, guys, we're going to bring up some old scenes. So I know I haven't given you them up there. We are going to bring up some old scenes because I want to show the beauty of Lumen. We'll be streaming and doing work for a while now, so I think I'm allowed to sidetrack for a tiny bit. So I'll show you a scene I did recently in Lumen. All my scenes so far have been converted from UE4, so I don't know if there's any specific settings that get changed because of that. Oh, I should really... We're making everything white at the moment because we're just grey boxing. Well, not grey boxing, we're just putting everything in untextured. Right, so let's minimize this so it doesn't take up my rendering. Have I got anything in the background? I'll just blender. Let's bring in my other scenes. So, I don't know. I want to check if this lags for you guys at full screen. I'm flying around. Is this lagging for you guys? I'm a little bit behind. It's not too laggy. I think it can... It's a little laggy. I'll show it in this. So, this scene is completely with bounce light. Do you use substance paint for texturing? I do. Especially for stylized. Mega scans and stuff can come in handy if you're just making a realistic scene and you don't want to... and you want to just basically tile the texture across something. There's some really nice tileable mega scan textures, but with stuff like this, yeah, it's basically all substance painter and designer. In fact, in this scene, it's completely made from scratch. Like every texture, everything in the scene is made from scratch. So substance painter textures, modeling everything in Blender, to then putting it in the Unreal Engine, then setting up all the lighting, blah, 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 blah. So if we come into here, I want to make this scene so you guys can fly around it, but I've been having trouble with performance because I don't want to give you guys, like, if we like, look, stat FPS, like only 50 FPS, and when we're out here, 46, and that's not even full screen. Like we go as low as like 30, I think, in some areas. So I've been trying to optimize it to make it so you guys would be able to download it and fly about. But if we come into here and go into post-processing and we tell the post-processing no, we tell it no more Lumen. He says, why has that not changed my final result? I'm still getting light bounces. I mean, that had an effect, but I'm still getting light bounces. Lumen's not changing. What if I manually change it? Aha! There you go. If I change the screen space, it's still getting kind of bounces. Unfortunately, I can't show you what it looks like without bouncing. Because this shouldn't look like this. That's a shame. I guess we'll just swap it back to Lumen and I'll explain what Lumen's doing. So, if some really, really good examples of how Lumen's affecting this scene. So, we'll go into this direction light. That one's not doing much. Oh, so they're not doing much for this room anyway. A lot of the lighting here comes through manually adding some light sources. If we delete these, for example, we'll get loads of light cancelling out. And then if I turn this on, you'll get some light bounce, but not enough because that's why I added some manual ones, right? But these do bounce anyway. Now, if we come down here, though... Oh, and turn these on. Well, one really cool thing about here is like this bounce here, right? If we turn this off... and turn this one off. So we have a generic light in here as well that adds some lighting. So if we hide that, there you go, for now. You can see, look at that light bounce. So I can come into here and turn off light bouncing. We've got 20. Oh wow, it's still bouncing. Why? Why don't all my examples not work? But you can see like here, like that. Look at all that change. It makes it just illuminate so much better. My example is usually back here. Is it because I got the wrong light selected? Why does that go dark when I get close to it? But yeah, you get a lot of nice bouncing back here, and it helps illuminate sort of towards the back of the scene, even though the lighting's only hitting the front. It's probably one of my favorite angles. Oh, wrong button. Oh no, how do I turn this? How do I get out of this perspective? There you go. Then in here, there's loads of light bouncing to help light it up. Something I regret not sorting out better is I should have really made this smoother. Look how sharp these edges are. I should have made it like a smooth transition to this point, but I didn't. I kind of regret that now. What does it look like inside the boat? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, this scene really takes advantage of Lumen. I feel anyway. You get nice piercing lights, and this is a little much, but I think Lumen, for me, I've had a hard time balancing in certain areas, especially like something you'll notice, at least I notice in Lumen, is you'll get different results when simulating versus when not. So you see that it's only like small differences, but this is simulating, this is not. And it's not enough to really put it off, but if you're being very specific about your scene, look how dark it is here. Look how much lighter it gets. It's really annoying, but minus that, it's really fun using Lumen. I think one of my favorite things about this scene was this texture. This isn't 3D, this is just texture. It's using parallax occlusion mapping to make it look super 3D. If I can actually turn it off, do that, and that's what the texture actually looks like. But as I turn it up, it starts making it look 3D. So if I look at the floor as a whole, so it's just like a parameter in here. You can see it on here too, look. That looks 3D, right? I want to do this. It brings those parts back in and it doesn't look as 3D. And if I look at the ground again, look at that. It just gives it that like effect of being 3D. It's super cool. Someone called it in my chat. Someone did say, I bet you're going to do something fancy for the floor. Is that from Substance Designer? No, I might have made material originally, but all it is, so you can probably find a tutorial on, if you write in parallax occlusion mapping, you can find a tutorial on it. I did a little altering on my one because it helps correct certain things, but it's basically just this node here, and all you need is a height map texture. So like this, so the black parts is telling you where it dips down, and anything above the value of 1, it will go higher. This obviously doesn't have over the value of 1 because it's texture, so it can only go between values of 0 and 1, but yeah. So I've got some set up. Most of this you'll find on a YouTube video. And yeah, what it's telling it to do, I'll show you actually. I'll give an explanation. So we'll lower the steps. Now, I did this before. This is going to sound like I'm being big-headed. I made a material like this before this node even existed. And it's because Unreal actually had this set up a long time ago. And all it's doing is it's layering a bunch of layers over each other, and it's using normal bump offsets to give them slight 3D-ness. And then as it gets to a certain degree, it will then make another layer that also looks a little bit 3D. Another layer looks a little bit 3D, and it just continues that to look really 3D. And that's what the steps are. It's how many steps basically how many slices do you want to make in it to make it look smooth. And when I turn it down, you will see as I get close, you can see those steps. Do you see that? But let's turn it down even more to make it more obvious. So let's go 5. So we've got 5 steps at the moment. Do you see that? Now it gets a bit weird when you've not got enough steps because it can't quite make that 3D effect. But then as you turn it up, it starts pulling those steps together and it gives it actually 3D. But if we look at like one crevice like here, and we turn it down again, you'll see those steps becoming more and more visible as I'm giving it less steps. So that's all it's doing. It's essentially overlaying step after step after step to give it the illusion it's 3D. It's very clever. And you can, I've done it on planes because decals have a hard time because it needs to know what direction's up. It needs to know what the Z direction is. So when you do it as a decal, it's on the decal, yeah, watch this. So I've done it as a decal. So you can move this decal around and whoa, we've got this really cool effect where I can make it look like this crack appears. wherever I want. Now, it gets a little bit weird, but from like a normal distance, you're not going to really notice. But as I start rotating it, it gets really confused, and now it's completely broken. It doesn't understand what's going on at all. So what I did to remedy that was I instead put the material on a plane. I was going to say it's not that. On a plane? On the plane? They got on a plane, right? So that way I can now move this however I want. It will still give it a 3D effect. And I've just made it so you can vertex paint it. So now if I go into... Got to move everything around. Mesh paint? Paint? Size. Invert. Take a look. I can get rid of where those cracks are. So if I only want like a small amount of crack... Sounds like a weird sentence. I could just do this. And then drag this up to there. So now I've only got this small crack coming from the ceiling. It's technically taking up all this space here, but you can't see it. If I were to paint it back on for you, you can see it's now just floating in the air. And it's still got kind of a 3D effect, but obviously it's not going to work very well because it's floating, like I said, in the middle of the air. So it's like warping reality. So it works when it's on the surface. So it's just workarounds, really. Like, you got to think to yourself, how can I make this work? And then just make it work. I know that sounds like the worst advice I can give. Just make it work. But if you look at lots of old games, or even modern games, like I was looking at someone describe Hollow Knights the other day, and how they did stuff. And it's like, for particle effects, they always had particle effects rendered on the screen where you couldn't see them. And then when your character activated it, like the particle effect, it would appear in front of your character. It would just recast it, or whatever you want to call it. It will emit it from the character. And the reason they made it so it's constantly on the bottom left of your screen that you can't see, because you can't zoom your camera out far enough actually when you're playing, it keeps it pre-rendered all the time. So there's like loads of small tricks companies do to make these things work. And I think the best example, I've shown a lot, Fallout 3 trains NPC heads. No. Fallout 3 train hat. Here we go. So the way that Fallout 3 did the trains is they made an NPC. They attached it to an NPC's head and just made the NPC run forward. See that? Ooh. So yeah, it's all about, at the end of the day, what you can do to just make things work. You don't have to do it the best, most smartest way possible. It just has to work at the end of the day. And I think that's hilarious. Because sometimes the idea of just making it work is can vary from a lot of different ways. Cool, it's one object now. Let's set it to let's set its origin point to a better point. Export. That did not export. That didn't even register. I clicked export. Kitchen. Microwave.fbx. Cool. Undo it so it gets back to its point. Oh, it's still over there. Undo it a bit more. There you go. Undo it a bit more. Oh wait, no. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to lower it myself now to get it into the right point in the actual Blender scene. Oh, should I have done the plug as well? Maybe. Do I want that as one mesh? I think it makes the most sense, right? Maybe not the plug on the wall? Maybe. Because it's the only thing that's probably going to be plugged into it. Sure, I'll combine it for now. Wow, that goes really weird when I do that. There you go. So I still want the origin point to be that. I just got to manually place it, right? So 0, 0. smooth. There we go. Have I got any drink? No, I don't. So place that there, make it attached to the wall. Cool. Nice. We're getting it in, we're getting it in. I still don't really like how this seems lit up, but I'll probably have the light on it here. Oh, we'll get the light in now, actually. I forget that that's even an asset up time. There you go. If I join that, do we get anything go wrong? No, it looks fine. The origin point goes a bit funky. Can I do it the reverse way and get the origin point up here? I can, but we get this very low poly light. Excellent. So we'll convert to mesh here, which is going to be kind of high poly, but that's fine. Wait, what's going on there? Oh, nothing. That looks fine. Not worried about poly count because it's UE5. I kind of want to take advantage of nanites. So I kind of want things to be really high poly. I take advantage of nanites. Wait, where's this origin point? Is it in a good spot? I think I should make it. First of all, do that and make it a little bit lighter. It gets there. And then just go 0, 0, 0. And then export it here. We go kitchen and we go light. Oh, no, too many. Cool. Kitchen, share, light. Oh, that time it selected it. I didn't select both of them. Silly boy. Do that. 0, 0. Do that. Cool. There's a bug on my screen. Get out of here. I'm sorry, I just killed a fly. What? Oh, really? Oh, for God's sake. This way round. There we go. Third attempt. I swear I've got hair in my mouth. I can feel it. File. Export. FBX. That. Undo. There you go. There it is. Alright, that should work. Last time. There you go. So now the reason I want to do it like that is that way I can just drag it onto ceilings. Does it fit or is it slightly hanging? No, that just intersects, which is exactly what I want. If we go quickly into wireframe, it's going to look weird, but I should know what I'm looking at. Wow! Oh, it's got cloth on the table. I was like, I've made that table so high poly because it's cloth. I'd want it to be mostly over the table. There is a way top there to look straight down. Where am I? I never use these viewports. I remember my friend getting really annoyed at people for not using them. Like, why do people never use these viewports? I don't see the need. Because most of the time I'm working directly from Blender to here. So Blender, I already know I've got things perfectly placed. So I very, very rarely actually need to use it. Oh, put it down. Cool. Put white texture on that for now. To really make it not white, like is that really, really white? I should make it a neutral. Because I want to see what the kind of how the light's going to bounce. So the more neutral we get it, the better. There you go. Things still don't have that material on it, do they? Well, they seem to. Oh, no, that one doesn't. I want to re-import you if I didn't. Because I did very, very minor changes to you, but it's enough that I want to change it. If I isolate you, where's your bottom point? Bottom point's there. I should lift it just above it. It's better to have your items sort of colliding and intercepting with the floor than having it floating off the floor. At least that's what I've always been told. Not sure if that's a true thing people stand by, but I tend to do it now because that's what I was always told. Re-import new source, sorry, and we want to go just fridge. I've not got the kitchen part on it. There you go. Is that off the ground or no? That looks fine. Cool. So wait, I am actually missing something in the scene. They have a phone on that wall that I've not added. It's not in any of the. I was in this picture. I say it's not in any of the pictures. Simpsons Kitchen phone. So I'm using all three of my monitors right now. Let me okay, you guys haven't said anything. 14 likes, damn guys. That's insane. You guys are popping off. What's the best picture of this? That's a GIF, not a picture. Exhausted apparently. I got up at like 1 p.m. today. There's no reference to the kitchen phone. What about the Simpsons Kitchen then? Yeah, that one looks pretty good. This one's like really out. So that I get a pretty good example from. Oh, they actually, in this picture, they do have a draining rack. The problem with this, though, is that draining rack's just sitting on top of a normal thing, so all the water's just going to leak onto the side and fall down. But, you know, maybe I should just do that anyway, because how many people are going to really notice that? So go back into Blender. Is there a better picture of the phone? Not really. Ugh. It's about that level of the fridge. It's like in between both doors by the looks of it. So we want this part again, but to here. If I select you now and I isolate you, I know where the back is. Want to not delete you, because what I'd want to do is not do a bevel like that, right? Oh, God, I really need a close up of this image. Even if it's low pixels. Okay, that's better. Okay. So like this. And then it looks like the front and back you get sort of this effect. Maybe, yeah, maybe like that. And then on this, we don't even need this face because it will intercept. Like so. This shape is basically, if I just go like this, merge last, you know, all of them. Grab this, just smooth, out a little bit more. Not a smooth, a bevel, sorry. We get a nice curve like that. More. Definitely more. In fact, what I also need to do is basically grab this afterwards. Or grab all of this. And pull this in as well like that. Pull this out a little bit. Grab this again, smooth. That's better. Perfect. Oh, that's so thick though. Definitely need to bring it in like that. Oh, the whole thing, Steve. Actually, I don't need to do that. So if you do this, it's gonna make these parts get a bit flattened. So instead, you just want to grab one side and pull it in like that. With that said, we probably want these two bits bevel too. Probably something like that. And then it's just got like a curved phone on it. Like if we get from here to here, oops, from here to here, it just looks like it's got a phone on it that does that. Like that's like the phone. top part's definitely not that. The top part is definitely got a nice bevel slash smooth slash whatever you want to call it, like this. And I could probably do a similar thing to the actual edges of the phone from here. Like that. And then it just looks like it's got a cord at the bottom. Now, I'll probably never take this off the wall, so I don't need to do an interior, so I could delete that. Nope. Okay, so... make sure you guys aren't messaging me more. Cool, no, it's fine. Don't need to respond to anything. Only 3 are left. Let's go. You get something like that. I think that looks better like this. That's annoying that it's got a slight sharp there, so we'll turn this up so it goes off. I mean, do I want to sharpen here and here? No, definitely not the top one, but this one might be fine. Like that, yeah. Ah, itchy head, man. Oh. And then we just want a cable. So cable, hopefully, is this a modifier still? Ah, it's not. Wait, is it? No, it's not. That is so high poly. Oh my god. So this, I could probably select every other one and reduced it, but it's fine. Again, it was for a very fast scene. So do I not have that laying around then as a... what's that? No. Oh, nice. So that looks just like this, but it's smooth. You get a nice pillow thing effect. Nope. Ah, I'm surprised I didn't leave that in. Okay, so I'd need a screw modifier. Actually, probably can just use with one in the middle and then smooth it a bunch. If we screw modifier. Now I need to remember how to use the screw modifier. Let's delete. What? I'm dragging it. Oh, that's what it looks like when I drag it? Whoa. I clearly do not remember how to do a screw modifier. Looks very interesting, though, I'll tell you that. Aha! That's kind of what I'm looking for. Why does it look like this, though? Is it because of that? Do I need to screw first? Is it just a single shape I was just using? I've not used a screw modifier in a while. Really? You delete the whole thing, put a plane in. There you go. There we go. Right. Cool. Cool. Smooth that. Cool. So we want the 360 and we want to do something like this. There you go. Then we want to array that. Not in that direction. In that direction. I think we just reduce this to attach to that. So if I go point, that's not 0.5. If we go 0.5, which is half, and then we just attach this onto the screw. So 2. No, that doesn't match that. That's interesting. Oh, that is very annoying. Okay, so instead we'll just increase this till it matches. So we'll do that, and we'll pull this out till it aligns. Cool. I don't know what exact number it is. There is a way to do the math for it. I'm too lazy right now. But that looks pretty good. And then we just want to, on the array, do a merge, so it gets smooth. We want to do the array before the subdivision, so that way it smooths it. He says... That's not aligning now. Oh, interesting. I was it because we wanted to do the array first. So if I go 2... Actually, let's go 2.5. How much would I have to do on this to make it kind of align? 1.25? 5. Aha! It doesn't look like it's connecting, though. Like it's connecting, but it's not. Merge? No. Merge. Well, that makes me assume I have to do it this way around. Because it's not merging. That's like the closest it can be. That's like touching it. Merge. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Then if I keep doing that, we get a chord. I should probably scale it down so we actually have a proper chord shape. Cool. Now the cool thing you can do with this, even though that's... even though I was messing it up, cool thing you can do with this is now at a curve. And if we go set origin, set center... Do not set it center. What we want to do is cursor to active. There you go. Add a curve now, so that's now in the center because our origin point to the center of this. We'll do a path. I kind of want to do this one. Make it so it aligns. Select both points in edit mode and go to set spline type, handle type, automatic. There you go. Make it align with this. And then, if I pull this to here, it then should be able to go curve or array on the curve, right? Array. Oh no, let's just fit to curve. Yeah. So curve. So I guess curve would have to be last, which it is. Attach U. Then, when I do this, it should be able to array. Oh. It's going in the opposite direction. Why? I guess I can do it that way. And it should array along. Although I guess I could have also just done this, yeah. Okay. This way, there you go. Oh, why is it moving along it though? Wow, when I make it longer, it moves along it. That's not usually how it works, but that's fine. I can work with that. I've clearly said it a tiny bit wrong, but it's good enough to do what I needed to do. So I just want to put this at the bottom of this. Please. Thank you. So I'll just do that so it collides. Actually, should I make it manually? Maybe I'll make it manually after I apply some of the modifiers. Pull you away from the wall. So where does... Oh wait, it goes from the phone to that. So it's probably got to be even thinner, right? So it droops down here, like we've got going on. Ooh, that's not going in a correct spot, that's fine. This is connected to about there. Let's pull you back now. I don't know how to pull you back now. I have no idea what's going on. Why is it attached to the curve so weird? It's because I've got it on the wrong axis. Just detach it quickly. Right. Set it to a nice origin point. Pop it where we want it. Pop it like it's hot. Like that. It was very central. Now, curve. Select this curve. And start going through these quickly to see if any of those are better. But that is really struggling. Again, is it because I need to do it before a certain point? Like I need to curve it first? Whoa! Definitely don't think you curve it before the screw modifier. I should just watch my own tutorial. I have a tutorial on how to set this up. I'm just being stubborn. It definitely feels like it's supposed to go after the array. Only problem is, like, look where it's trying to start. Like, what's it doing? Right, let's redo the curve. Area was a slinky. Exactly. That didn't spawn there. Oh, it did. Huh. Handle type automatic. Scale it down. Degrees, cool. Pull this down here. So we've got 2 endpoints. It's automatic again. And now do a curve again. We've got the curve in here. Assign that to there. Is it because I keep doing the curve upside down? When I start? Because when I've attached that again, it's like doing it from this part. I mean, when I move it, it will kind of go around it. But again, yeah, it's doing it from that part. So we do this, and then do this. It follows it. But our origin point's moving. Why? It's not supposed to do that. And I guess I could do this. Probably get another one out of here. Oh, God. And then if I array that, when you attach the curve, select when you attach to curve, select the other vary on the curve. Huh? But, oh, right. When you attach the curve, select the other vert. It doesn't matter what curve or what vert I'm selecting now. I wasn't. Select what? Sorry, okay. When you attach to curve, select the other vert on the curve. You don't attach it to the vert though. You attach it to the curve as a whole. When I attach it to a curve, I'm not attaching it to a certain vert. It just attaches it to the entire thing. I mean, if that's being working when it gets pulled down like that, I just do that and then turn this up, right? And that's essentially going to do what I want. It's just a little bit janky. Like that. Right? I mean, like I said, it's a little bit janky, but it worked. And then we slightly misalign a little bit. Oh, I say, but I shouldn't have these parts misaligned. These parts need to come out as straight as possible. So what I should have probably done is get a nice one. Can I push E and extrude another one out? No. What about from here? No, not really. So if I do that and then E, or this one E? Oh my god. Oh god, I'm tangling it up. It's like real life. I think we'll just leave it the way we had it. It looks fine. That looks fine. I just kind of wanted it to. I guess I'll just do that. This. Nah, that doesn't look right anyway. We'll just do that. That's fine. Apply. So can I apply this? Cool. Now it should be still low poly. Oh my god. And I can delete the curve. If I can select the curve. There you go. So now it's just like still look low poly. I can reduce that to the point where I think I need to subdivide it once, right? Yeah, that's fine. The only difference I want to do is I want to cut this off at a certain point, probably here. Like that. Whoops, nope. Like that. And I want to select this end point and kind of just make it look like it goes up into it so it looks a little bit more correct. Oh, I've got it a little bit misaligned to begin with. It needs to be in a little bit more here. Oh, wait. Two things. Turn on connection only, and then increase the scale. So that. Yeah. This. So we kinda looking like we connect into it. Good. And then just a similar thing over here. Did you like my comment earlier, Moderate, about Radius Gordello? Because he used to really like Celeste. And he kept telling me to play it. We've lost quite a few people on the old Discord. Or even watching in general, like on Discord, yeah. We lost quite a few people in general, haven't we? Like we had, say, Ordum, who left. It's a shame. I love everyone who watches the channel. So when we see people sort of leave and move on to, I guess, watching other content or just sort of doing more of their life, it's sad to see them go. There you go. Yeah, he was really... Wait, which one? Teodum or Radius Gordello? If we do like a little stretch at the end, that makes a little bit more sense, because that's usually what happens. Same here. So a lot of extra detailing I'm doing for basically nothing. No one's ever going to realize, but it does usually do that. It usually stretches a little bit more as it gets to that end point. Both, but I meant Tay. Yeah, Tay was extremely active. Cool. Do we think that's coming out a bit too much here? Luckily, I can slightly adjust it just using a soft select. Not too hindered. Because I don't have it with curve anymore. I mean, it does kind of bump out and stuff, especially the old-fashioned one, so that's not too bad. Cool. We'll do a apply to that. So it's going to be quite high poly, but it's fine. You could also achieve that effect if you wanted to keep it optimized by getting a tube, wrapping it around at the same time, then applying the normals and opacity. And then you'll have, it won't look as good because it would just be a flat plane, but it'll have, you'll probably never notice it. It'll have the opacity on it and it'll give the illusion it's transparent at those points. And if you set up two-sidedness, you'll see the backside too on the thing. So it actually worked pretty well. I don't need a subdivide on that. I could use a weighted normal though. So I want to keep that completely smooth. So what I need to do is apply the parts I want to keep sharp. Oh my god, I just went into render mode. You can do that right clicking. How do they do that? I don't even know. And then this, and then mark that as sharp. Cool, so now I can turn this off. No, it still needs to stay on, but I can turn it to 90. And that should smooth everything, but the parts I've kept sharp. So this part should look nice down here. Cool. File. Oh, wait, no. So for the origin point of this, I'm going to want it to attach Oh. Oh, no, that's fine. I'm going to want it to attach to this part, like this. So that way when I drag it into the scene and I drag it straight onto a wall, it'll be attached to the wall. Tay was weird because he got angry that I basically censored what he was saying. Because he did I won't say the song's name, but he did an inappropriate song. And, you know, it's a very common thing, and same in my server. I want things to be quite clean, quite family-friendly, because, like, don't get me wrong, if you have some art you want to show, that's fine. I think I want to make this a little bit bigger. That's absolutely fine if you want to show some art that's kind of explicit, as long as you put it in and you make a explicit tag on it. But he just posted a video and I had to remove it, and then after I removed it, he got very upset, and he said, "Oh, but children can go on the internet and see all kinds of bad things." And I was like, "Yeah, but I just want to keep the server as family friendly as I can." And he was just having none of it. He didn't like that. I respect it, you know. Like, it's understandable that people don't want their content deleted that they're trying to share. I know. I was trying to be figure to him. I was just trying to say, like, you know, a lot of servers have the rule that you can't post explicit stuff, so I'm just trying my best to encourage that rule. There you go. It's got a little page thing up here too. I don't think I'll do that right now though. I think we'll get some other assets in. So I'm super phlegmy right now. I'm just like trying to swallow it. Ugh. Again, I know it's horrible to hear me talk about this, but I just want to explain why you might be seeing me like grab my throat and go, yeah. Like. Oh, excuse me. Combine. That still looks good though. Yeah, nice. As always, though, I hope anyone who does leave the server, anyone who moves on to bigger and better things, are doing good for themselves. It's what I want from everybody, and I'd never want it any other way. If you can't spend time in the server or just chatting stuff, that's fine. What's this called? A pin board? Might not be called that, but it's the first one that came to mind, and I think if I'm in engine, I'll probably be able to remember that name, so I'm gonna have to delete all these random materials out at some point. Cool, that looks good. Oh, that's good, yeah. So I can move that around, nice. Now with this, I technically only need to do one, and I could probably scale it down an engine, right? You don't need to. It's actually a UE4 thing. I was saying this earlier. Clearly left. In Maya, I'll show you. So if we keep this at the bottom like this, right? So it's in a good spot. Actually, make sure that is in a good spot. Yeah, it's in a good spot. So if we grab this and go File, Export from this location, I'll call it just a jar or kitchen side jar. I don't know. Because there's multiple jars I'm gonna have to make, but yeah, I had to leave for like 10 minutes. Yeah. So if we export this, we've come into here. So this has been a tool ever since, as long as I can remember. So it's not to do with your export, it's to do with your import. So if we now select the jar and we go, I've done it before in my old scene, but for some reason with Blender exports, watch this. What? Usually when you drag something in, it will select it by default, but it's not. Look how small it becomes. Look, it's tiny. I think it's 10 times smaller. Nah, it's even smaller than that. Is it 20? It's about 20 times smaller. And I don't know why. Yet watch. If I were to re-export this from the world origin point, and then, well, I can't re-import it. I'll have to delete it and re-import it. But if I do it now from world origin, using a local transfer as well. Yeah, true. But yeah, watch. If I do this now, and again, like I said, I can't re-import it because it won't work. I'll have to do this, re-import, and then reselect my import settings. So you swap it back to here. It's now the correct size. So why does exporting it from that, like, origin point, like from its origin point, go 20 times more? Maya never used to do that. That's like I got to give Maya credit for. So I never had that problem in Maya. So these literally look like they scale down and get a little bit thinner. So scale down, a little bit thinner, scale down, a little bit thinner. Actually, that last one looks kind of fat. Get a bit fatter. And that's basically those. So they're actually unwrapped. So if I wanted to do a texture for those occurred. Like that, perfect. I think I want to put them a little bit further back to here. Have I got a glass in here? Oh, I've not exported these as separate textures. I was going to make that glass, but it's just going to make... That's not glass. What the heck? That's just transparent. That's more glass-like. Yeah, it calculates it on everything. Look at that. Look, you get all this light bleeding coming from my tool. I assume that's what you mean. You even get the reflections. You see that? There you go, look. It's always done that, not even just in Lumen. Like in UE4, your reflections would have tried to see that as well. It's really weird. I don't really get why. It's cool, but I don't really get why. It's cool there. What else have we got in that looks kind of finalized? See, these I'd like to replace in engine anyway, like all separately. Like I'll put this on the wall, but then I'll just do these as 3 separate models so I can place them. This is good. I can get this in. I've never noticed that. Have you not? That's very surprising, I'll be honest. Because like I said, that's been a thing since I can remember. And I don't... Honestly, I don't actually like it. It's cool, but I don't like it because it can really be off-putting. I didn't realize they were separate meshes. Wait, why does that change? Oh, there you go. Oh, sorry, your point's changed again. Alright. Alright. Let's get loud. I got a hot date. Dinner with friends. Dinner alone. Watching TV alone. You'll probably hear a lot of paper towel roll of me referencing Simpsons with no context. That was Mo, who, when he's on the lie detector, for those of you who don't know, it's like, now can you get me out of this thing? I got a hot date. And he just goes through loads of lies. Hot date. Dinner with friends. Dinner alone. Watching TV alone. Alright. And then at the end he goes, like, you get this thing off me. I don't deserve this shabby treatment. MS underscore paper towel roll. Kitchen assets. Yes. Oh, paper towel roll, sorry. Paper towel kitchen towel? Simpsons is actually really underrated. I assume that's a joke. But admittedly, I have heard you call something super rated underrated before, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to make that a tiny bit smaller. Yeah. And pull it over here. Cool, let's go lighting only again. Oh, you know what? Oh, I can't really do this, but we could always put a light in here like this. Make it a little yellow. And turn it down to like 5. Oh my god, that is so strong. Is my scene like incredibly small or something? Make it somewhat aligned at least. If I put it inside, and then we can go even lower. I can't believe I've got it so low. Lower. Lower. Too low. Lower. Go to lighting only. There we go. That looks a little bit better when we're just trying to look at lighting. Honestly, that really doesn't affect it as much as I thought it did. Oh wait, this must be super laggy for you guys. Sorry. God, I love... Look how dark it gets though when you're like lit. I guess it's all those colors coming in. That's lighting only, sorry. We probably should be looking at detailed lighting. I like this lighting only though. Really helps with like shaping it up in the lighting sense. Oh, that's not detailed lighting. Detailed lighting. Oh, Jesus. Versus lighting only. I guess we're not changing too much. Yeah, let's get the cabinet and stuff in here. No, I'm kind of serious. I think people write it off a lot. I know it's very successful, but I think if you ask most people, they would say Family Guy's better, which I don't really agree with. I think that's just because Simpsons is way less relevant than it used to be. If you asked the question 10 years ago about Simpsons, if not 5 years ago, you'd probably hear a lot of people just say Simpsons better, Simpsons better, Simpsons better. In fact, I think you'll be surprised how many people would still say Simpsons is better. But I do think a big part of that's just because Simpsons has lost relevance a lot over the years, where Family Guy can still be said is quite relevant. So this, I'll actually have the asset emitting light. Like I'll get a oh, I haven't got an emission of light yet. But I'll for example, if I quickly made a material to show you. Emit light. Really? It's grabbed a random texture. And then we just do this. You can't see what I'm doing on my other one, but that's fine. 20. I don't know if that's too much, but... And then we grab a asset, like a sphere, because that is basically the light. So we grab this. And grab that onto that. What the heck? Why didn't that work? Huh? Oh, do you not see emitted materials? So I need to go in detailed lighting when I do that. I do. Okay, that might be a bit too much, but you know what I mean? So I can actually use this to light the scene. So if I were to pull that into like here, for example. Wow, it's already... You can see it emitting light around the corner. There you go. So if I were to like pull it under that step. It's emitting light through the walls. Over here. Why would that not... Why would this not pull it in this direction? What? There you go. Again, we're not at full quality because for streaming purposes, I turn it down. Oh, wow, it looks so much better at full quality. That's so cool. You can see all the fingerprints and stuff because I've got actually some detail on this. But yeah, we'll probably actually do that, like just emitting light in general. Okay, let's get some more assets in. Again, we're looking to fill the room with assets right now. We've already got the window, right? Did I change the window at all? I think it's still the same window. So we've got things like the toaster, but not got the wires connected to it yet, so I don't really want to do that. We'll do this. Utensil, like that, hanger. Kitchen utensil hanger. Oh, that's I need to set its location. So first of all, I need to make sure it's got a good. Well, it's not even on the wall, but that's fine. I need to make sure if I isolate it, it's got a good placement point like that. I'm gonna set it on the wall just for now, like this. But then I'm gonna reset you to 0, 0, 0. Re-export that. Go. Undo that to bring it back. Go to here. Utensil. Re-import. Drag you onto the wall, and boom, we got you set up. Give you a basic material. So that basic material thing. Cool. I think that's a little too high. Probably want it about here. This is why I say about placing stuff in Blender. I tend to replace everything anyway in the Unreal Engine. So if something's not fully placed correctly, I'm just going to change that the Unreal Engine side anyway. So I don't mind not getting it perfect to begin with. All right, now we need spatula. So I'm probably going to want to do these laying down, and I'll replace them afterwards. So has that still got modifiers on it? No, these are all done. I even got that little lip thing here. I actually was watching somebody cooking, say what that's used for. No, he was making something. He was making something and he carved that into it. But I can't remember what he said, unfortunately. So I don't know why I brought it up, because I can't remember what he said. So what I want to do here is just perfectly place them. And I probably want to do it to the point here. And then I'll just place it. Oh, is that not actually? Huh. No, I'll probably just place it to be in the right place in a minute. So do the same here. Good story. Thank you. That was excellent, right? That was 90 degrees. What? This was a little bit awkward. I'll probably just keep its origin point. Do I want to keep these origin points, actually, the more I look at it? The problem was I place them on the surface, I'll have to slightly bring them up, and it might be fine. Let's do one at a time. So we got... So these are all rubber utensils. 0. Rubber spatula. What's this one called? Rubber. It's what you fold cake batter and stuff with. Is that also called a spatula? Spoon? It's not really a spoon. Flat spoon. And this is also going to probably be a rubber whisk. We'll just call it a whisk for now, though, because I probably won't make a metal whisk. So I don't need to determine between the two. I mean, I could have probably said the same about these, though. To be fair, I guess you could have plastic versions of them, which I could also make. I could make it, because these ones on the wall are red. I can make these ones red and rubber, and then I can make the other ones on the other side of the room green but plastic looking. And then all I got to do is change values to give those different material looks in the engine. Where's my mouse? There it is. Cool. Unhide. re-put them on here just for the sake of having them in Blender. Because if anyone ever wants to go, oh, Steve, because that's what looks like a Blender and I've got things placed weird, it will just not look as good. But if I have them kind of placed in the right place for people to see if they ever want to look. Oh, was it still rotated when I set it over there? Oh, whoops. Looking like that's hanging there. Oh, it's going to be kind of away from the wall because it's so like the bottom parts are so thick. I guess if you did that, you can actually get quite a lot of room out of them. Then we need to grab whisk, flat spoon, and spatula. I know it's got a proper name. Don't at me. I know it's got a proper name. We go rubber. Let's grab those separately. You know, rubber in America means a certain thing, but surely you also call things rubber like the material, like a rubber spoon. Because obviously in the UK, rubber also means an eraser. But I always see the joke online that rubber in America, because I think you call that also a rubber here. I don't think it's just exclusive to America. But I feel like people know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I find it odd because surely you do use the term rubber anyway to mean a material, right? So if you wanted a rubber spoon. Or do you not? You call it a different name? I know this is a completely random topic, but I just randomly took interest in it. I wonder if I could just do this as well and then go whisk. No, it needs to be rotated. Like, oops, 90 degrees. Yeah. Can't really see it when you get far away. Wait, what's my percentage on? I'm on 100. Whoops, I should be on 50. Because you guys will get issues if I do that. But it does look quite nice up close. Oh, I want to put on a default material for them. Everything's just going to be white. There you go. And then I could basically replace these. So if I did just want to place them generically in places to look like it's being used, like there's a version of it being used. Is that too big? That is a very large spatula. Is it? Maybe not. Oh. On our doors here, it's just like flush. Oh, this is slightly misaligned. So I don't mind having all this kind of stuff around one origin point that I import from, because let's be honest, I don't really want to be manually placing all this like stuff. So I don't mind just putting this like that. All kitchen sides back in here. Import. There you go. Lovely. I still prefer it, I think, just on lighting only. It's still pretty dull. Is that from the directional light then? It is. Really doesn't bounce a lot in this room. I think, have my own separate... Oh, that's not even in a good spot anymore. My own separate light in here anyway. Which you need to actually get matched up correctly. There you go. So I could always do that and then indirect intensity. I mean, it's already stronger. If we set it to 0, you can see the difference. Okay. So what's the achievement range? Well, let's go far. Go like 0.2. Let's go 0.1. And keep it at I kind of like it looking darker. Maybe like there. In this. Yeah, that's affecting it quite a lot now. Which is supposed to. I think. Looks really cool just being flat colored. Yeah, it always does. Again, this is going to be laggy for you guys, but if I do this and this, you'll get a single shot of the quality it looks like right now. Wow, it looks way more orange in this monitor than it does on your monitor. Is that actually... Yeah, whoa, my top right monitor is way less orange. That's interesting. Yeah, we'll set that back to 50 and minimize it. It's over here, you can't like see any of this detailing yet, which is a shame. But it's getting details though. We've got like these specific pins in the wall, we're getting like paper on here, getting this cord. Like we're getting some detail in here now when it actually comes to modeling. And that's always very exciting. How long have we been streaming for? Coming up to 3 hours. I did say I wanted to do a longer one today because it didn't work today. What big items have we got left? We could get like this in, we get this in. I kind of want to go big and get this in. Because this is technically done. It's just got glass in it, so you won't be able to see the interior right now because I'm not going to give it glass yet. So if we isolate this, get a good origin point to it, like here. Thread that back down. I don't know where it's going to be dried down to, so let me do this. Oh, bugger. I haven't combined the handles yet. Back to mesh, combine. There you go. Now isolate. I'm going to de-isolate. I feel like that's not the correct term. I'm going to stop isolating it. Probably sounds a little bit better. Oh yeah, I still need to see that corner bit here. It's like a little corner table. I think you could see it in here. Oh no, you don't see it. It's just like that. But if you actually look at The Simpsons, it looks like a little corner table. So I will do that instead. I think we made some good progress today. Unisolate? In-isolate? That's not... Neither of those are words, right? Isolate opposite. Unisolate. Insulate? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Unisolate. It's on Urban Dictionary. Maybe. Move like a little dash in between. Oh, no, I'm already doing it wrong. 0. Set underscore kitchen. Ooh, kitchen underscore cabinet. Cabinet's better, right? The interesting thing about a scene like this is it's the same with Monica's apartment when I made that. If we look at Monica's apartment, what I'm going to talk about is the lack of modularity. If we look at Monica's apartment, what was really annoying about making this, and I want to remake it, or at least get it in Lumen, is everything was unique. Like, she didn't have multiple things of the same asset. It seems wrong to talk about show and calling it an asset, but, like, just look at her chairs. Like, can we just see her chairs? Look, that's a terribly small picture. Look, those two chairs are the same but different color. that's a different chair. And that's a different chair? Oh, wait. She doesn't usually have that chair. She has this chair. That's why. So, yeah. That's a different chair. That's a different chair. That and that chair are the same, but that's a different chair. So, just for her table, so then her table, I had to make 1, 2, 3, 4 assets. Only one of the chairs were modulated. So, in a lot of cases, you'll get to make 1 asset, or 2 assets, the table and the chair, then duplicate the chair 3 other times. So you end up with 5 assets, but it's just 2 source assets. In the case of Monica's apartment, there were so many things that weren't duplicated. If that's right, though. That's what Max calls it. Oh, okay. Well, if it's what Max calls it, I'll call it that. Unisolate. That looks terrible. Why does the floor look so weird? Inspired in apartments. That's a tiny fridge compared to what they actually have, right? I guess that fridge isn't... No, that's not Monica's apartment, because that door's way too close. It's quite a small chair. Oh. A chair, sorry. Fridge. Huh. Did I do my fridge that small? I feel like my fridge was huge. I'm checking out my art station. Oh no, mine was pretty short. Not the same type of fridge. I did kind of change it, but mine was quite short as well. Huh. Okay. Okay, I'm getting tired. I'll put this in and we'll call it a day. We've put a lot of assets in. We didn't actually make all of them, but I also did make a few assets today, like the cabinet, the phone. We put a dent in here. We made some assets on there. We made the little calendar. I don't think we made anything over here. Whoa, I forgot to select that. Now we just got a hole in it. Whoa. Let's re-import that too, I guess, before we finish for today. Thanks for everyone who was joined the stream. I was going to say who was new. Oh my god. But in general, you know, you could probably just find it, Google how popular it was. Wait, I can't remember what I was talking about. Google how popular it was. Look at all the unique assets. We are getting there. We are getting there. It is looking quite unique and nice. Look at your sides. I do want to do the exterior of the building as well. I want to make a big scene. I know. I complain that it takes a long time making things, but like I said, I just like it. I like ending up with a huge scene where you can fly around and explore. I just think it's really cool. This scene's lighting looks awesome. This definitely needs improving, this scene. It looks way too flat. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the quality of the assets, but it looks too flat. This scene looks way better. And same with this scene coming along. This looks way better. Cabinet. Oh my god, how many cabinets have I got? What's this? Why did I call the kitchen cabinet the fridge? Fridge isn't that right? I got the... This is called fridge. I'm not using that then, right? Apparently I am. Okay, I won't delete it. Is that the new one I just brought in? Yeah, it is. Cool. So we don't want it just on the wall. As I said, we do want to do like very, very minor rotation to things. But that kind of comes later, doing the slight misplacements. Is that just like that, right? Was there anything next to it? I feel like there should have been, but is there? No, there's not. It just sits next to the door. It is definitely thinner. I mean, I don't mind slightly squeezing it down in engine, but I should probably, because when I texture it, it was going to shrink the textures down. I didn't reset its positioning. There you go. I should probably shrink it down this way too. It's going to cause some of these bevels to not be as nice. Oh, you're right. You could probably just find it. Right, yeah. With Monica's apartment. Lurk mode activate. Don't tell me you've just got it, because I'm about to finish. So if you're lurking, you won't be lurking for very long. Oof. Yeah, so you have just got it. So we'll do that, because it definitely needs to be thinner. With that said, I kind of need this part to come over more. Because if you lurk, it's quite thin, you got this part, so I guess you've got a lot of room here. But if we look down from our viewpoint here, well, I guess it is over to the left more. Okay. Like, there's going to be a ton of corrections. There's going to be a ton of corrections over and over and over again as we're making this scene, which is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I know it can be frustrating to see me constantly correcting things. It's like here, according to the picture. But as we go, we're going to obviously see things we probably go, oh, well, that needs correcting, this needs correcting, this needs correcting. It's just how it goes. Walls. So well, it's bigger in the show picture. Wait, what is? You tabletop simulator? Oh, nice. You think they're cabinets? That's bigger. Oh, I guess you're right. That is way bigger. Now that you're saying it. So let's scale it up. We want to scale it up only in 2 directions. These 2. There you go. So as long as we're not going over these lines, we won't have it break. That's too big though, right? That's a little too much. Which also means we'll probably want to scale these up a little bit. Wow, that was perfect. And probably a little bit on this as well. Cool. Yeah, that's definitely more accurate. Thank you for putting that out. It's a little bit higher as well. No, it's not. It's just this part I should have had lower. I probably could still do it. Lower. Too low. Lower. So if we grab this and pull this down, that'll make that lower. We should also pull down the handles. Oh, we shouldn't. We're going to have to realign the handles. And then realign the handles to be somewhat center. That might have been slightly off, but I want it to be mostly in the center. Yeah, that's still not enough. That bottom part's way lower than I thought it was. Which makes me want to bring this bit up here anyway. We do that. I guess just the top part. Oh, right. I need to do this because we're missing the glass again. If we do that, then we space these out to be a little bit more even. Like that. And then we lift these up to be a bit more central. Oh, it's behind it. That is less central now, isn't it? It's a bit lower. Yeah, that's better. Because it is still quite high, but it's just thinner. Right, make sure I export the walls, because I can't remember if I did now. Well, I did export them, but then I changed it again, so I can't remember if I did it the second time. This is set to 000 port exporting. Kitchen assets. Kitchen cabinet. Cool. Save Blender. That's the last thing we're going to export, I think, before we call it a day. So we need to export all the walls. That should move that to the left and make it bigger. Nice, perfect. Make sure this. Nope. This is its fat self, because then when I re-import it, it should become slimmer, because I changed it in Blender now. So you slim down a little bit. Perfect. That looks way more accurate. Cool. And like I said, we'll call it a day. We've put in quite a few unique assets. None of, let's go to normal lit. None of them are textured yet, so that's why I'm looking at the scene in unlit mode, because I don't want to see how it looks when they're white, really. So yeah, pretty good progress so far. What I do actually want to do with this material real fast. Oh, it's already got specular that. What if I put specular to 0.3 so they have a tiny bit of light bounce actually on them? That did nothing. Whatever. Yeah. We're gonna call that a day. This definitely doesn't feel like it's orange enough. But again, I don't want it to be too orange. We're gonna call it a day. I'll zoom out, I'll get it to 100% so you guys can look at it real fast with some higher detailing. We got the cupboards all looking pretty good. We've got small gaps, but that's kind of a given. You're gonna have cupboards with small gaps. Is it because it's misaligned? They are a little misaligned, so I'm gonna have to go over some of those. It's gonna be laggy for you right now, so. But yeah, I don't know how laggy it's gonna be. Quite laggy. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys probably Sunday. Well, definitely Sunday at least. But when I say probably, it's because I might shoot tomorrow. I've got the whole week off, so I've not got any white stress about for Monday or anything, so I might do a little bit more. Who knows? I'll keep you up to date in my chat. For those of you who don't know, I have a Discord chat that you can join. I try to help out, and I try to keep you updated when I'm going to stream. And I try to update you on anything I've done off stream. So I'm going to... so you guys can chat with me there if you'd like. I will catch you guys on Sunday. Bye-bye.